is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Corey, your Autobot, and I'm here today to bring you guys a brand new video. Today's video, I've been having some PC issues, guys, over the past few days. Gonna run you guys through this really quick. Basically, the long and short of this, a few days ago, Windows rolled out an update, and Intel generally rolls out a driver update for the processor to match up with the Microsoft Windows update. And Intel did not have that with this update. Or maybe they did. It just didn't roll out for me. I didn't get the driver update. It didn't update properly. I don't know what happened. All I know is my processor fucked up in the process. I have an i7-6700 HQ processor, and as most of you guys know, OpenGL is what makes the processor run smooth, and allows graphics cards and stuff like this to run as well alongside it. But without OpenGL, all that shit is really, really pointless. So my OpenGL didn't actually come in the update package. So, I spent the last 4 hours trying to get OpenGL installed, which required me to go through a long process of backing up my computer to a system state from just before the update released, and then going and manually downloading the driver update for my processor, and then restarting my computer. And, it was just a long process. It eventually worked, which now means I can actually record, because without OpenGL, I can't use my graphics card either. So, that poses an issue for me, because I use my graphics card to run my Elgato software and my OBS and my editing software and stuff like that, so I can make the videos for you guys. But without all that, it runs slow as shit, and it makes the recording process a problem. It makes it, really, really hard. Oh, he got picked. But, it really didn't pose really any issues this weekend for me, for the simple fact that, I was playing the World War II beta at my girlfriend's on her setup. I didn't really hit anything, so I don't have any gameplay for you guys, unfortunately. But I did get my PC running perfectly just in time for the Xbox One beta, which comes out this weekend. And, expect some streams as well. And what language is this guy speaking? I want to know. I want to know what language this guy is speaking. But, guys, I am really excited for the beta this weekend. Hopefully they actually bring out a little bit of a patch for the SMGs before the beta. I mean, if they don't, as long as they have it for the main game, that's the main thing. Because the SMGs in that game are actually insanely OP. Well, mainly the PPSH. I mean, that's just... that thing's crazy. And then you got the double barrel shotgun, which, cross the map range with a shotgun. Like, that's... The double barrel shotgun is basically a sniper rifle, is what it is. It is, it's a... Oh, shit. It's insanely overpowered. But, it is a beta, so they are going to patch, they're going to patch a few things, I do believe, before the actual game comes out. I mean, if you look at Infinite Warfare, snipers went from having hella aim assist to next to none. And, I mean, you look at Black Ops 3 as well, snipers went from pretty much not being usable with a reg scope to, being, pretty usable with a regular scope. They're still not easy to use, but, they're not impossible to use now. Because I remember playing on the beta, if you zoomed in and you're on, like, 10 sensitivity, which is what I played on the beta. If you zoomed in and you were on 10 sensitivity, you were spinning around where you're zoomed in like you're on 14 if you weren't. Like, it's crazy. Like, being zoomed in actually picked up your ADS rotation speed, which is kind of crazy. The no-scope hit marker. No way. That's bullshit. But, like, I really do have faith that Sledgehammer will do good with this game. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the fact that war clips aren't usable as well. But, it's the beta. Yes, I understand, you don't want to see everyone just hitting clips by flanking in war either. And with that, people saying that it's not usable, well, they very well... The reason that people are able to flank is because of the time in which they have to get through the non-combat zone to get behind people. You can just barely make it. But when it comes down to it, they could very easily change that. I mean, yes, granted, it's not fair to sit there and just watch the bridge and, hit a 5 on, or a 6 on, or whatever you might hit on kids that are just sitting there building the bridge and playing the objective because you just want to sit back and, sit back and snipe. it's kind of like hitting a clip on kids playing Safeguard and just escorting the robot, right? Like it's way too easy. But you know, it is only the beta, so I'm not gonna be the guy to say, you know, don't use it. Just I'm gonna be the guy to say, you know, don't make it the only way that you can make it. Don't make it the only clips you use. You know, if you make a montage and you throw 1 or 2 in there, okay, you know, I'm not gonna bitch at you. But if you make a montage of just that, you can expect me to not be so friendly about it. I mean, that's just my 2 cents worth on it. But you know, if you guys have an input on that, drop it down in the comments below. I will, you know, I'll gladly respond. And I mean, I want to see your guys' input on whether or not, you know, a few war clips here and there are usable or not. And the other thing that I want to see patched as well in the World War II beta, from the beta to the actual game, is I want to see the regular scope, you know, a little more plausible to use. Because I see a lot of people using the 4x zoom, which is basically the ACOG scope, because of how much more consistent it is in terms of, like, lining up your shot. The reason I say that is because the 4x zoom scope, you know, I actually, believe it or not, found when I used it that if my crosshair was on someone, I'd actually hit them. Meanwhile, with a regular scope, it wouldn't always hit them, but you know, it would still. Sometimes it would hit them, sometimes it wouldn't. I found it was like the S-tack, I guess you could say, before they fixed the line, or I guess you could say the center point on the S-tack. Because if you guys remember when the S-tack first came out in WWII, if you shot, you actually had to aim a little high and left of where you wanted to hit. And then your shot would actually connect to where you wanted it to hit. Like, if you wanted to aim at some guy's head, you had to aim at, like, or hit some guy square in the neck or in the top of the head, you had to aim, like, just above his head and a little bit to the left. So you had to aim almost, like, in line with his ear, but at the top of his head, and you'd hit him square in the center of the face type deal. Like, that's how far off, that's how off-center it was. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it was noticeable. And, you know, I found I was aiming for the head and getting body shots and stuff like that, too. So, you know, that's another thing I want to see fixed from the beta to the actual game is, you know, the sniper scope to be, you know, a little more, I guess you could say, a little more plausible to use and, you know, line it up a little bit better. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe and make sure you click that bell notification so you guys don't miss an upload. Anyway, it's been your boy Corey, or Autobot, and I'm out. Peace.